Starting off our list today at number 10, we have dishonesty. Before Megan Fox decided to quit Instagram altogether, she didn't leave without saying some pretty juicy messages that have the internet going into a frenzy trying to figure out what's actually going on. On Sunday, February 12th, Megan Fox shared a stunning mirror selfie to her page of herself getting ready, and in the post she would say, "You can taste the dishonesty, it's all over your breath." And if you didn't catch the reference, she literally quoted Beyonce's song, "Pray You Catch Me." The actor did not further elaborate on the meaning of her social media caption. However, if you take a look at Beyonce's song from her Lemonade album, this is where she seemingly hinted that her husband Jay-Z had been unfaithful. While Megan Fox did not reveal if infidelity had occurred in her relationship with MGK, many people before the star decided to opt out of social media app noticed that she did seemingly delete all of her Instagram photos with MGK. Number 9. The letter. Jumping back to Megan Fox's post just before she deleted her Instagram account, not only did she post a stunning mirror selfie with the caption, "You can taste the dishonesty, it's all over your breath," but she also shared a video of a fire burning. And if you caught the video before Megan deactivated her account, then you could see that there were a couple of items in the pit. One looked like a letter that MGK may have given her, and there was also a bag in it. As the fire went on to burn these items within the pit, Megan also opted to scrub MGK completely off her Instagram account. However, just previously to her cryptic post, they were spotted out together at Cash App and Visa's H-Wood homecoming party on Friday, where Megan wore the same black outfit from her Sunday upload while partying with MGK at the pre-Super Bowl party bash in Miami. Hey my little peaches, are you liking this video so far? So don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Coming number 8, we have the wedding date. Just after the two got engaged, it was speculated that they were going through a small breakup. However, then an inside source would tell US Weekly that they were still planning to walk down the aisle when they said, "Megan and MGK haven't set a date yet, but they've been secretly planning their wedding. They're working on it and they're also working on themselves. They've worked on their problems and worked really hard to get to the place where they are today. It's still a struggle at times and they tend to have lots of ups and downs. He is making an effort to be more mature." However, it seems like it was just more than MGK not being mature enough that led to the pair's problems. As the source then went on to conclude, they have their differences at times where he likes to stay out and party and she's okay with going home early. There was also points months ago where she was beyond done with him. She was fed up with his BS, he loves her so much, and he was the one to push to make it work. He wanted it to work and he wanted them to be a happy couple. She was having a hard time, but then things have turned around. But looking at recent events, it seems like things never turned around, and now Megan is realizing that she made one giant mistake. Number 7, Eminem. Everything seemed to have been going well for Megan Fox and MGK on Saturday night when they arrived at Drake's Super Bowl party, but something went wrong, and while MGK was posting stories about his performance at the party stage, Megan was in the bathroom posting selfies with a quote to reference maybe MGK had an affair. The post has since been deleted, but she also went on to delete all traces of MGK from her account, and she also went on to purge her friend list and took a jab at MGK in the process by following his arch nemesis Eminem. While it's no secret, Eminem came to end MGK's career after MGK released his diss track Rap Devil, which leads to the question why Megan, being close to Eminem, would even want to date MGK in the first place, as Megan has known Eminem personally since she starred in his music video for his single with Rihanna, Love the Way You Lie, back in 2010. And it must have been difficult enough for Megan to date MGK even without Eminem making fun and gloating about everything going on. But it is pretty iconic that Eminem's song Kill Shot and the mark on his album is not fading from MGK's face. And the fact Megan went on to follow Eminem in the midst of all this drama, like, I really need someone to confirm what went down, so if you have the deets, please DM me right now. Number 6, Pete Davidson. With Megan Fox and MGK hitting the headlines as people are speculating that the two broke up, it naturally only took approximately like 2 seconds for the internet to drag Pete Davidson's name into the conversation. While the internet has turned Pete Davidson into one giant meme, urging him to make a move on the now single Megan Fox. For what it's worth, Pete and MGK are extremely close friends, so it seems highly unlikely that Pete would date Megan, but it didn't stop fans from saying things like Pete Davidson has entered the chat and the the jokes have quickly repeated all over the internet, with one person even tweeting, "Megan Fox and MGK breaks up and it's time for Pete Davidson to pop out of nowhere." Another would say, if Megan Fox did break up with MGK, we need to get eyes on Pete Davidson stat. And it would make sense to why Megan once told Pete that he was never going to get with Kim Kardashian, as she wanted him for herself. And when they all went on a double date, it seemed like Megan and him were hitting it off, as MGK would then later say he regretted going on a double date with them. Coming at number 5, we have red carpet tension. While MGK and Megan Fox were at the 2022 Daily Front Row Awards, they would show the world that there was trouble in paradise after the pair were spotted having an awkward moment on the red carpet, after Kelly was pictured putting his arms around Megan's waist while leaning in for a kiss. What could have been this cute, really cringy moment quickly turned sour after Megan gave a pretty unexpected reaction as she turned away while looking irritated at the rapper. At the time, Megan and Kelly were standing side by side along with her stylist, who was being commemorated with the Style Curator Award. In the footage shared to Instagram, you could see Megan's stylist walking off before Megan quickly trailed behind her, and MGK stayed put and sipped a glass of wine. Just a month before the interaction, Kelly did open up to Howard Stern about how intense the two's relationship was, and he even recalled that there was a time that the two were in a dangerous place together. Number 4, the tough relationship. So in July of 2020, Megan would write on Instagram that her relationship wasn't going the way as many thought it was when she said, "We lay under the banyan tree. We were oblivious to the pain we would face together in such a short, frantic period of time, unaware of the work and sacrifices the relationship require from us, but intoxicated off the love and karma." She then went on to conclude the post by noting that in the short period of time the couple had been together, they had already walked through hell together, which is honestly a big red flag for any relationship. Megan would then go on to say, "Somehow, a year and a half later, having walked through hell together and having laughed more than I ever imagined possible, he asked me to marry him. And as in every lifetime that will follow it, I said yes, and we drank each other's blood," which is honestly a pretty weird gesture to show someone you want to spend the rest of your life with them. But either way, it's clear that the two have been struggling since the relationship started, and we all knew it wasn't going to last, as the relationship was just a dollar store version of Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob Thornton. Number 3, Billboard Music Awards. During a pretty intense moment at the 2022 Billboard Music Awards, after a very public X-rated display, Megan Fox could be seen in a video backstage as she appeared to drop what it looked like she was saying "what the F" to MGK. The actress, who looked frosty in the clip, appeared to speak to a third person before the couple went on their way. The whole interaction was just really weird just before the couple hit the red carpet to make sure all eyes were on them as they embarked into some pretty public PDA. The argument would then come just after he dedicated a song he performed at the 2022 Billboard Music Awards in Las Vegas to his wife and unborn child. Megan wasn't even pregnant. While both went on not to speak about what they were arguing about on the red carpet, Megan would then later react to the vulnerable moment by saying she was very proud of Kelly for giving such a vulnerable and emotional performance. Whatever the two were fighting about, though, however, didn't leave Megan looking too impressed. Number 2, Brian Austin Green. In the beginning of MGK's and Megan's relationship, Brian Austin Green was stirring up the pot as he made it clear he wasn't really okay with Megan moving on with her new partner, as his priorities weren't exactly to be buddy-buddy with his ex-wife's new beau. Brian just wanted MGK to treat Megan right, and he also wanted him to be a great guy to his kids. However, that didn't stop Brian from taking his own jab at Megan's relationship, as he shaded Megan over her Instagram post with MGK in 2020. In the post, Megan gushed over her new beau, MGK, after Megan captioned the photo of the image as, "Achingly beautiful boy, my heart is yours." Brian, being a little bit of a troll, took to his Instagram shortly later to share a slideshow of his 3 kids he has with Megan, where he used the same caption. Not to mention, the two split up before and have gotten back together, so we could see them get back together again because they clearly still have love for each other. And coming in number 1 today, we have mental health. Back in June of 2022, MGK would open up in his Hulu documentary Life is Pink. MGK would give fans an intimate inside look into his life as he he opened up about his struggles with mental health. Just halfway into the film, MGK would open up about how he fell into darkness after his father passed away in 2020, and he would then later explain in the documentary that this led him to create a pretty toxic relationship for Megan Fox. In the film, he would say, "I flew to my dad's apartment to clear all his stuff out, and I had this really weird interaction with his neighbor who told me things I didn't want to hear. That effed me up more because I couldn't get closure on it. This then caused the star to fall into this really dark place where he didn't even want to leave the room." He then went on to add that Megan went to Bulgaria to shoot a movie. This is when he started to get even more paranoid into his relationship, and he has a giant fear that someone was going to come and take his life. And one day his fear hit an all-time high, and he called Megan and said, "You're not here for me, I'm in my room," and I'm like freaking out on her. MGK would then tell her that he was going to take his own life, and he was yelling on the phone, and in the process all Megan could do was sit there dead silent as the two entered into this very scary moment together. This moment probably showed Megan that the two weren't in a healthy place to date, and it's probably why she needs to take a step back from their relationship at this moment. Coming in at number 10, we have The Affair. The world was completely shocked when R&B singer August Alsina came forward to admit that he has had an affair with Jada Pinkett Smith in 2015. What was even more shocking is that when August sat down with The Breakfast Club for an interview with Angela Yee, he would say, "I actually sat down with Will and had a conversation due to the transformation from their marriage to life partnership. He gave me his blessing." August then went on to insist that he hasn't done anything to be ashamed of and that he loved the Smiths, before saying, "I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life, and I truly, really deeply love and have a ton of love for her. I devoted myself to it." Then many people started to claim that Jada has taken advantage of August since he was in a vulnerable time in his life, as the singer was only 22 and he was struggling with his health due to an autoimmune condition that left him hospitalized on multiple occasions. One inside source would even also reveal to Page 6 that when Jada said she was mentoring August through it all, she was only really destroying him. Number 9. The forced open marriage. The Smiths have received a lot of scrutiny when it comes to their marriage, especially in 2009. Jada Pinkett Smith went on to address all the rumors that surrounded it. In an interview with Atlanta Q100, Jada would say, "I've heard all the things from their marriage is not real. He's gay, she's gay, they swing." She then went on to prove that the couple has nothing to prove when it comes to the relationship, and she also went on to tell HuffPost in 2013 that she and Will had no claim over each other's lives, and she also told Will that he could do whatever he wanted as long as he was able to look at himself in the mirror and be okay. In recent years, the pair has still continued to admit that they like to take an unconventional approach when it comes to their marriage, but for the most part it seems like this is Jada's doing, as she wants to mess around with other people and Will doesn't want to lose her, so he sits back and lets his marriage crumble in the process. Hey my little peaches, are you liking this video? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Coming in at number 8, we have Forced into a Cult. Although Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith have insisted they aren't Scientologists, it's kind of hard to believe anything they say when it comes to not being involved with the controversial religion for years. As a former ex-Scientologist member, Lee once told the Daily Beast back in 2017, "I know Jada's in. She's been in Scientology a long time. I never saw Will there, but I saw Jada at the Celebrity Center." Lee then went on to point out that Jada even forced her husband Will to allow her to open a school in one of their homes that was based on Scientology, and she even forced her own kids to go to that school before it shut down. With Jada opening the New Village Leadership Academy in 2008, the school only lasted about 5 years before it closed down. One of the academy's teaching staff even confirmed that they used L. Ron Hubbard's books and Scientology-affiliated study technology, and there's posters of him all around the school as well. Later, Lee even appeared on the Red Table Talk alongside Jada in 2018, where Jada said, "You're gonna learn all the religions, and then you gotta decide which one you want to practice. I always took the position I'm here at the Scientology Center to learn what I want to learn, and I had no interest in being a Scientologist." Number 7. The controversial photo. Back when Willow Smith was only 13 years old, a controversial photo of Willow began to spread across social media as she was shown lying on a bed next to then 20-year-old actor and photographer Moses Arias. While she was shirtless, many people then started to voice their concern about the photo, as they thought it was wildly inappropriate, especially considering Willow was very much underage and hanging out with someone who wasn't. Children's Services and then the police got involved, and Jada would then come to her daughter's defense by supporting the photo after she said that TMZ was blowing blowing the photo way out of proportion. Jada would then go on to say, "There's nothing sexual about that picture or the situation. You guys are projecting your trash onto it and you're acting like cover pedophiles. That's not cool." To make matters even worse, there were also people who started to agree with Jada. However, this whole situation was just really creepy. You have to admit that. Number 6, the Oscars. Although the 94th Academy Award should have been a memorable moment for Will Smith, he ended up making Oscar history for all the wrong reasons. Instead of the media talking about his talent and incredible win, Will sparked major controversy after he took to the stage to slap Chris Rock over the joke about Jada Pinkett Smith's balding head, with Chris comparing Jada to G.I. Jane due to her shaved head. While Will first went on to laugh at the joke, when his wife rolled her eyes and gave him hell for it, he took matters into his own hands and defended his wife like she wanted. Now, Jada has been open about her struggles with alopecia to the point that she told her followers on Instagram in a video early in 2022 that all she could do was laugh when it came to the fact that she had a bald head. So the joke definitely came across a little too close to home, especially since in the past he already threw shots at the actress during the 2016 Oscars. Although she did end up saying that she didn't make him do it, she sure did have the power to stop him from leaving his seat in the first place. Number 5, her love for Tupac. Jada Pinkett Smith and Tupac both met at Baltimore School of Arts in Maryland in the late 1980s, and they became close friends. And in the past, Jada has tried to say that the two weren't involved romantically, but we all know that's a lie. And almost a month after Will Smith and Chris Rock's altercation, an interview with Jada and Tupac's friend started to resurface on the internet. And in the interview, Tupac's friend would state that Tupac had a lot of love and lots of respect for Jada. However, they then went on to claim that there was this time where he witnessed Tupac become extremely upset by something Jada said to him. When they went on to say, "The second time I have probably heard him talk about her is when he went to LA. He was very upset, you know what I mean?" Pac came out of the room and was like, "Jada had gone contact me and tell me don't do nothing with Will Smith." Over the years, it seems like Jada has never been shy to share her love that she had for Tupac. As for what would have been his 50th birthday party, she went on to share a never before seen poem that he gave her. And it's clear at the end of the day she still loves him, and that's probably why she causes Will so much problems. Number 4, the forced marriage. Not only has Jada gone on to roast Will Smith for his actions, but she's also shared in an episode on the Red Table Talk in 2018 that she cried while walking down the aisle on her wedding day because she never wanted to be married. In the video, Jada could be seen talking about her wedding day with Will Smith, and in it, she confessed that she did not want to be married, and she only ended up doing it because her mother forced her to get married because she got pregnant with Jaden while the two were still dating. The actress then went on to say, "It's almost as if Gammy was like, you're going to have to get married, so let's talk about the wedding. I was under so much pressure, you know, being a young actress, and I was like pregnant. I was just like, I didn't know what to do, but I just knew. I was like, I never wanted to be married." She then went on to describe how horrible her wedding actually was, but how can you sit here and tell a man that you never wanted to get married to him and that your mom made you do it, as you control your own actions by this time in your life, not your mother. Number 3, treated like a peasant. Did you know that Will Smith once took 3 years to plan a super extravagant birthday party for Jada's 40th birthday? And instead of appreciating the thought and the gesture that he took, she was less than pleased about her husband's gift. When Will was super happy about all the hard work he put in trying to make it the best gift for Jada, she was underwhelmed and lashed out at Will to the point it made him hit a low point in his life. Will went to great lengths when he planned Jada's birthday, and he even hired an orchestra and a documentary team to trace Jada's family roots. While most people would appreciate the gesture, Jada would claim that the whole thing was actually just a party that showed off Will's ego. And while Will continued to go on to treat his wife like a queen that night, she just went on to show him that he was just a peasant. That's just really sad. Number 2, she's salty. In an episode on the Red Table Talk, Jada would bring up how she's gotten hostile towards other women who have been disrespectful to her about Will Smith in their marriage. When Willow asked her mother about how she felt about the groupies around her dad, Jada would respond by saying, "I really didn't. I know I was deterrent." Later on in an interview, she also went on to note that there was only like 1 or 2 times where I might have gotten a little hostile, where I felt like people stepped over a boundary and they were disrespectful. I know who I am, and more importantly, he knows who I am, right? It's clear Jada doesn't like other women trying to talk to Will, but yet she can have an affair on her husband and then go on to justify her actions over that said affair. Makes sense. And coming at number 1 today, we have Margot Robbie. Although Jada and Will have been married since 1997, it's clear she doesn't think her marriage is really strong, as she believes Margot Robbie could sweep in at any moment and steal her husband. Even though the couple is in an open marriage, Jada has defended her husband's public comments in appreciation for Margot in 2015, but those said comments have quickly become forgotten, as Jada once made a comment about how she harbors a racial bias towards white women with blonde hair, as they just seem to trigger her. Although she tried to claim that this was because she was bullied by blonde girls in school, it's clear that her comment was an indirect reference to her hostility towards Margot, as apparently Will acts like he's an unmarried man when he's around her. Now it's clear Margot and Will both have chemistry, just watch the movies they're in together. And they're definitely a couple people want to see get together. And this scares Jada to the point she won't stop causing trouble for Will. Starting off our list at number 10 today, we have Selena Gomez. As Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez faded out of their relationship in the months to follow, Bieber started dating Hailey Baldwin, proposed to her, and married her in a New York courthouse. However, when news started to break that Selena Gomez was hospitalized, Justin would be photographed looking distraught in public twice. US Weekly then reported that Justin didn't feel whole after marrying Hailey and that he still loved Selena a lot, but as a friend, and was praying for her. But then people would bring things a little step further after they reported that a Miami music source told the outlet that Justin was not even fully over his year-long on and off romance with Selena Gomez when they said this was his first great love, and while he was young and traveling around the world as a superstar, he has learned a great deal from her. The source would then also go on to say that Justin at the moment is also believing he made a mistake with his recent marriage, and he was extremely upset over what happened to Selena, as he felt like she was a part of his life and wants her to be healthy and happy. Coming at number 9, we have mental health. Back in 2022, Justin would open up to US Weekly in an interview where he would discuss the challenges of his marriage. With the first year of the couple's marriage being really tough to get through because of trauma in the past, there was just a lack of trust. During Justin's insight into emotions, he felt after marrying his wife, he would reveal that he experienced an emotional breakdown after he realized that the marriage wouldn't fix all of his problems. When he said, "It's a journey. I remember when I first got married, I hit a little bit of an emotional breakdown because I thought marriage was going to fix all of my problems, and it didn't. It just kind of was a reflection of like, man, you're a bit of a hypocrite. You want your wife to do something that you're not going to do, and it's like, it's hard sometimes to look in the mirror and really have to realize, man, maybe you're not the person you necessarily thought you are." The results of trauma and life circumstances, however, it just seems like Hailey may have turned sour while she was helping Justin through his ups and downs, as the whole world was looking in and judging Justin, and it would cause Hailey to reach her near breaking point in the process. Hey my little peaches, are you liking this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Number 8, married too young. Since Hailey and Justin got married, headlines have been filled with rumors that the couple may be heading towards a divorce sometime soon due to their age and Justin's mental health. While Justin and Hailey have been together for 4 years, the couple still continues to paint a picture that they're this really happy couple together. However, this hasn't stopped some outlets and sources from claiming that their marriage won't last. Gossip Cop has even gone on to list several reasons why many believe that Hailey and Justin are headed towards a divorce, and the main reason is because of their age. According to many people who doubt the couple's love, it's because they're still very young. Justin was only 24 at the time when he married Hailey, who was 22, and many have been betting on their relationship to end due to their age, because many people still believe this age is far too young to be married, and others have claimed that the couple is still immature. Not to mention, several sources have also felt like Justin and Hailey's engagement and wedding were impulsive acts, as Justin had just gotten out of an on and off again relationship with Selena Gomez, and he was in this pretty vulnerable position. Number 7, constant disagreements. Just shortly after the two announced their engagement, the paparazzi would capture the two in an argument on 2 separate occasions throughout the same day that left them in tears. TMZ would then catch up with Justin to make a comment, and he would acknowledge that the two were experiencing hard times. He would then proceed to hold up a copy of Timothy Timothy Keller's book titled The Meaning of Marriage and declare, you got good days, you got bad days, and it's not real if it doesn't have any bad days. However, if you have to read a book on marriage, it's clear that you aren't exactly ready for, marriage. Fights between the two have since gotten worse since they got married, as they even had to make and follow strict rules for when they do fight so they don't poke at the past, and they even had to attend therapy in order to get tips and advice on how to deal with conflict in their marriage. Coming number 6, we have rude behavior. Let's get straight to the point. No one likes a mean girl. And Hailey has recently been hitting headlines for not only being rude to a waitress while at a restaurant, but beauty blogger Iris Bullen called out Hailey after her road event displayed some pretty rude behavior. In a video posted to Iris's account, the social media star explained that while she usually doesn't attend all events she's invited to, she took a chance on Rhode Skin's launch party because she genuinely was excited. Unfortunately, it probably would have been better for her to stay home, as it appears that the event was just a total waste of time for her. Iris would share in the video that while the atmosphere at the event was just as fun as you would expect, the only things wrong with this event was that Hailey had some pretty odd behavior. Iris would then say, but the girl gets there with her friends Kylie Kendall. All of her friends are there, but they have this corner that they could only be in. While attendees gave Hailey her space, Hailey didn't even interact with any guests, and the only one who actually stood up to say anything about the brand was Kylie, who congratulated Hailey on her new brand. And Hailey just stayed in her corner and gave everybody RBF face. Number 5, fan. So it's no lie that Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber looked literally incredible at the 2021 Met Gala. However, it seems like Justin fans just can't accept the fact that he is with anyone other than Selena Gomez, as they have been bombarded by several fans chanting Selena while on the red carpet. While many people pointed out that the fans' behavior was completely disrespectful, this has sadly been something Justin and Hailey have had to deal with since they first got together. Justin has even responded to fans who are still hung up on him in Selena in the past, as back in 2020 he said, "This sad excuse of a human just encouraged people on video to literally go after my wife, telling people to say that my previous relationship was better, so on and forth. I just wanted to share this so that the people get an idea of what we face on a day to day. It is extremely hard to choose the high road when I see people like this rally to gather people to bully the person I love the most in the world. It's not right." Hailey also responded to the hate by saying, "I usually stay quiet and don't acknowledge these things, but I need to protect myself and my mental health, but it's truly gotten to a level of anger and hate that is shockingly unhealthy and sad." Number 4, rumors. Have you noticed recently that Justin Bieber has been appearing in photos dressed in weird outfits, while Hailey, on the other hand, seems to put more into her public appearance? Recently, the star has been spotted wearing a crochet blanket out on a sushi date with his wife, and let's not forget the time when he was in Japan he also opted to wear this really weird dark brown bob styled wig and sunnies while he was out with his wife so people wouldn't recognize him. While some of the star's choices to wear disguises seem weird, especially since his wife is dressing to the nines beside him, it's clear Hailey is still young, hot, and clearly cares about her image, as she puts a lot of effort into everything she wears to events or to go on simple dates with Justin. So she may want someone who puts a little more effort into the way they look, and this could put a lot of stress on Justin, as imagine getting all dolled up to go to an event and your husband looks like he just rolled out of bed. Can't pair a tote bag with a designer gown, I'll tell you that. Number 3, no children. Back in 2021, Justin would reveal that he told Hailey he was ready to have children. While Justin previously said he thinks it's up to Hailey to decide when she's ready to have children because it is her body, he's been pushing more lately for the pair to start a family, as he wants a little tribe of little Justins running around the house. However, back in February 2022, Hailey would open up to why she just isn't ready to have kids yet, and it's mainly because of her hectic schedule. While Hailey is focusing on her new skincare brand, Justin is also touring until March 2023. Hailey also addressed the societal pressures women have about having children, and she said, "There's this thing that happens for women when you get married. Everybody always least assumes it's first comes love, then comes marriage, then comes the baby. But instead, Hailey wants to prioritize growing her business, and while she doesn't want to have kids at a young age, this could cause Justin to pull away as he's at the point where he is ready to have a family. Number 2, hot water. Back in 2020, Hailey would find herself in a pretty sticky situation after she was accused of being a racist by one of Justin's fans. This would then send the internet into a frenzy as they soon started drawing their attention to some of her previous tweets. The model isn't a stranger to backlash over her tweets, as she's received some backlash for some of the controversial messages she has posted on social media in the past, including one that has addressed foreigners. The drama all started when one fan called out Justin, claiming that he married Hailey to get back at his ex Selena Gomez, and the commenter also implied Hailey was racist. And then when people started to investigate the truth, they pulled up several concerning tweets. First tweet would raise some eyebrows when the model tweeted back in 2012, "Shut up or I smack you back to your own country." And the worst part is the tweet still hasn't been deleted. Then in January 2013, the model posted another questionable message when she said, "Oh, are you so tired of it? Well, let me remind you, this is a free country, America baby." And to put the cherry on top of things, shortly after, she would then tweet, "To those foreigners who don't celebrate Thanksgiving, so sorry your country didn't have pilgrims and Indians to start such a sick holiday." And I just feel bad for reading that, but imagine being married to someone who doesn't even understand how hurtful these words can be to someone, and even choose after being called out to keep the hate online. And coming in number 1 today, we have her bland personality. Besides being a model, the only thing really interesting about Hailey Bieber is that she is married to Justin Bieber. And if it wasn't for her dad and uncle being famous actors, she probably would have never become famous in the first place. Even when Hailey went on the Call Her Daddy podcast, fans would find the general interview pointless, as Hailey didn't really share any new information and she kept repeating herself in different ways. Even one person on Reddit pointed out that Hailey said a whole lot of nothing over and over again, and another fan would say, "I hated the interview. I'm sorry, nothing against Hailey, but I just didn't feel like I learned anything or felt connection. Like, why come on a podcast if you don't want to do it?" Interesting timing too with Selena's documentary, but I'm neutral in regards to everyone. It just seems like Hailey is only interesting at this time thanks to her husband, and she knows it too. Coming in number 10 today, we have the Grammys argument. Seems like one TikToker is shutting down all the speculation that Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez seem to be upset with each other at the Grammys, probably to gain clout for her page, but whatever works, as she went on to share her experience as a seat filler at the Sunday show, where she sat in a temporary vacant seat next to the stars. While a video shows the couple having a little argument at the table, the TikToker would then say that there was more to the story as to why Ben was looking a little gloomy at the event. When the TikToker explained the situation, she would say, "JLo was showing Ben Affleck her phone when she was like, 'Oh my god, honey, look at this meme circulating about you.' And apparently Ben was like, 'Oh god, this again.' Other than that moment, apparently the couple was actually really lovey-dovey throughout the show, and that it never made her think that the couple was headed towards a divorce. However, in the video where it showed Jennifer looking at Ben telling him to stop, look more friendly, look motivated, prove otherwise, and it has us all wondering what he may have whispered in her ear that made her snap, and we really need to interview everyone around them to get to the bottom of this question. Number 9. Schedules and family. Trouble is already brewing in JLo's and Ben Affleck's relationship, and their hectic schedules could be the reason behind it, as it has forced them to spend a huge chunk of time apart. An inside source has lifted the lid on the couple's whirlwind romance, which has caused them to claim that the sudden change of Ben and Jennifer being miles apart has taken a toll on their relationship, even before the two got married just weeks leading up to the wedding, as both of their children started to feel unsettled. But the real factor that caused the tension between the two stars is their hectic schedules. With both having pretty successful careers, it has forced them to spend a huge chunk of their time apart, which has left Jennifer in tears at times as she misses Ben so much. The couple has also had to deal with the stress that comes with merging two families together, and now that the stress has started to form tensions between them. And while the world has been delighted at the fact that they got back together after almost 2 decades, their hectic schedules and family could lead to the ultimate breakup Hollywood has ever seen. Hey my little peaches, are you liking this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. subscribe to that channel. Number 8, motorcycle collection. Post honeymoon things are quickly beginning to turn sour between Ben and Jennifer, as the newlyweds have been at odds and have been fighting non-stop over everything from Ben's bad habit to his clothing choices. However, back in October, Radar Online would learn that JLo even took a jab at her husband when she decided to get rid of Ben's beloved motorcycle collection. An inside source would then reveal to the media outlet that JLo even had Ben's most prized motorbike collection cleared out while they were away without even telling him, as she thought it would be unsafe to do so. So she decided to completely blindside Ben on the matter. After Ben found out about the matter, he and JLo got into a pretty epic fight, which caused JLo to yell at him, and she even pointed her finger, which caused the insider to tell the outlet makes people wonder if she mistakes him for a dog. Number 7, not wearing a wedding ring? Back in January, according to rumors that were making headlines on social networks, they would claim that Ben no longer wears the engagement ring he has with Jennifer Lopez, which would lead fans to question if the pair was headed towards a divorce sometime soon. And to intensify these rumors even more, the actor would soon be shown hiding his left hand from the paparazzi while he was captured walking in the city of Los Angeles with a nice coffee, wearing a blue puffer jacket. Not to mention, the actor could also be seen rocking a depressed look as he wore glasses and hid his hand in his pocket. This would then start to generate all kinds of comments on social media networks, since the couple celebrated not one but 2 weddings to celebrate their union. And now they are already making headlines as inside sources claim things aren't going so well between them. But being caught without your wedding ring isn't exactly a good look. Number 6, getting sober. Back in January, a video would start to go viral on TikTok after it showed Ben Affleck talking about his addiction with alcohol in the past, while he went on to protest to Jennifer that he hasn't been drinking when they attended a party. In the clip, it would show Ben and Jennifer attending an after party for the Hollywood premiere of JLo's new movie, Shotgun Wedding, on January 18th. As Jennifer's hit track, Let's Get Loud, is heard playing in the background, Jennifer is seen holding a wine glass as Ben yells over the music, "I didn't drink anything, okay?" Jennifer is then seen lifting the glass while maintaining eye contact with Ben as she cautiously takes a drink before placing it down, as her husband shouts at Jen. As the video has started to go viral, it has sparked a major debate among users, and a number of users would slam Jennifer as they suggested that she was being unsupportive to Affleck by drinking, while others claimed that she was just testing the drink to see if there actually was anything in it, as she was worried Ben is falling back into his old alcohol addiction habits, and she's scared he might enter into a rehab program again soon. Number 5, the past. Today it seems like the world can't stop talking about Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck's reunion, but it seems like the pair's past might be coming back to haunt them, as neither can trust each other due to their long history. When the pair first broke up, after it was hinted Ben had some major chemistry with his on-screen partner, Jennifer Garner, Ben would later call off his engagement with Lopez and marry Garner. And in some interviews, it would prove that Ben causes more harm to the woman around him, as he likes to later gush about them to the press, and he often talks about how much he regrets causing them harm, until everyone forgets how awful he truly was to them. As JLo claimed that the two broke up because of having a public relationship, it was really hard on them, she would also refer to the relationship as self-destructive, and that Ben crushed her soul when he pulled out of the wedding that she took so much time to plan, just to hit rock bottom when she found out he got garnered just shortly after. Not to mention, Ben even chirped her to the press after he told the press that he blamed all his troubles on JLo and that Garner saved him. But now the tables have turned. It makes you wonder what part of their past still haunts them. Number 4, bad habits. While Jennifer always tries to understand and support Ben through all of his problems, when she asks Ben to support and understand her, the actor simply just acts indifferent and only focuses on his feelings without caring about what his wife feels. Jennifer, as a result, has been left feeling a little sad because she fears that Ben might even fall back into his same old patterns. Ben, who has already gone to rehab several times due to various vices, has overcome a lot, but now he is smoking heavily, and this is apparently a situation that Jennifer is not really pleased with. It's gotten to the point where she's even had to talk to Ben's team, where she has urged them not to give him any more cigarettes, but he has ignored his team and his wife on the matter, and he has even even been caught out in public sneaking in some smoke time, which has caused JLo to be on edge, and she is now at the point she is losing hope on Ben fixing his bad habits, and that this could be one of the reasons she files for divorce shortly. Number 3, too hopeful. You know when they say if something is meant to be, it will come back to you? Well, that's exactly what happened to Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck. And while the couple seems to be true believers when it comes to that statement, they seem to be a little too hopeful when it comes to the relationship this time around. When the two first got back together, they saw the spark they knew they both had still, and they dove quickly back into their relationship. 17 years after, they went their separate ways and called off their engagement in 2004. And since they have gotten remarried, they spend a lot of their time talking about what went wrong in their past, which is hashtag a giant red flag. While both are really hopeful that their relationship this time around will last, as they want to spend more time putting in effort, and that they believe that they are both more mature and are on the same page, it just seems like they are too invested in each other's lives and they're focusing on all the problems instead of all the good that can come with this relationship. Number 2, the long honeymoon phase. All good things can't last forever, and it seems like JLo and Ben have finally reached the end of their extremely long honeymoon phase, which lasted longer than any other honeymoon phase. While he was caught whispering something into his wife's ear right before, JLo could be seen jerking away and snapping at him after a lip reader confirmed Jennifer said, "Stop, look more friendly, look motivated." Ben then responded by saying, "I might." However, just before their public spat, they were in a 6-month honeymoon phase that just looked too unrealistic because no one is that gooey in love and happy. And if you are, something is lying deep within and you're hiding it, and that's the scary part. It's like dating someone you know at the beginning and how they're like really nice and you know something's up, and then 6 months later they're a completely different person. And coming in at number 1 today, we have the gloomy reactions. Ever since Ben got with JLo, he's been looking pretty gloomy, and every time he's caught out in public looking a little upset, he starts to go viral as his fans try to figure out what might be making Ben seem sad. You would think after dating Jenny on the block you would be pretty upbeat, but just days after tying the knot, Ben was seen with JLo looking pretty angry, like someone had stolen his lunch money or even asked him to physically growl out loud. But since the emergence of Sad Affleck started to go viral last January, the meme hasn't shown signs of slowing down, and it's clear something concerning is going on with the star.
Number 10, Chris Pratt and Anna Faris. When Chris Pratt and Anna Faris decided to announce their split after 8 years of being married, they shocked the world as this fairy tale romance came to an abrupt end. With the couple finalizing their divorce in October of 2018, Chris hinted in social media posts that the two haven't been happy for quite some time. As he said, "Anna and I are sad to announce we are legally separating. We tried hard for a long time and we were really disappointed. Our son has 2 parents who love him very much, and for his sake, we want to keep this situation as private as possible moving forward. We still have love for each other and will always cherish our time together and continue to have the deepest respect for one another." Ending things on a mutual note, both Chris and Anna have been able to remain on good terms, and they continue to be great co-parents together. And friends, before we move on to this next spot on the list, let us know which divorce in the celebrity world completely shook your brain and you still are not over it down in the comments. Number 9, Jenna Dewan and Channing Tatum. Not so friendly exes Channing Tatum and Jenna Dewan went from being Hollywood's it couple to divorced parents, and they haven't made it easy for others to determine whether or not they're on good terms with one another. The two actors began dating back in 2006 when they met on their movie set Step Up. By July of 2009, they tied the knot and began to grow their family, welcoming their first daughter in May of 2013. While the pair became a beloved celebrity couple by many, Jenna admitted in February of 2018 that the pair have struggled with their relationship like anyone else. She admitted they were not perfect and they had their fair share of disagreements. By April of 2018, the couple announced their split in a joint statement saying, "We have lovingly chosen to separate as a couple. We fell deeply in love so many years ago and have had a magical journey together." The couple then went on to say they were moving on different paths and ultimately decided it was best to be friends for the time being. Since the divorce, the exes have been co-parenting great together, and there seems to be no drama between them, at least for now. Number 8, Liam Hemsworth and Miley Cyrus. Cyrus and Hemsworth both started seeing each other in 2008 when the pair met on the set of The Last Song. The pair then dated off and on before tying the knot in December of 2018, just after the wildfire destroyed their home in Malibu. In court documents obtained by E! News, Miley cited irreconcilable differences behind the reason for the actors' split. However, a month before their divorce was finalized, Miley opened up about why their relationship didn't last. According to Cyrus, the two only got married due to the trauma of losing their Malibu home in a fire. She went on to note that the two had been together since they were 16, and when their home burnt down, they felt like they had to get engaged. She added, "I just clung to what I had left of the house, which was me and him." Before ending the interview, Miley also noted that Liam and her had too much conflict, which led to the pair's split. Number 7. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. Just as Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie began with a bang on the set of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, their marriage abruptly dissolved in the same manner. The longtime couple got engaged in 2012 and then got married in 2014 at their French chateau. However, after 11 years of being together, the couple decided to split for the health of their family. Pitt then released his own statement saying he was very saddened by the matter, and the only thing that mattered now was the well-being of the couple's children. On September 19th of 2016, Jolie filed divorce papers citing irreconcilable differences and requesting sole physical custody of their 6 children. As soon as the news broke, it didn't take long for gifs and memes to flood the internet. Stars were also quick to chime in. Chrissy Teigen tweeted, "Brad and Angelina, how am I supposed to go to work today?" Adele even dedicated her NYC concert to the former couple by saying, "I need to address the elephant in the room, but it's the end of an era." Since announcing the divorce, Angelina has made some pretty serious claims against Brad Pitt, and Brad has stayed pretty quiet on the matter. As the couple first stated to keep things between their divorce private, this turned out to not be the case, as the divorce has since been smeared across the tabloids since 2016, as the two have since yet to finalize matters officially. Number 6. Megan Fox and Brian Austin Green. On November 25th, 2020, Megan Fox filed for divorce from Brian Austin Green. At the time, she claimed the two have been separated since November of 2019. After being married for 10 years, the actress ultimately decided to file for divorce, as it was a decision that was a long time coming, especially now that she was in a relationship with MGK. Kelly and Fox met on the film Midnight in the Switchgrass in 2019. In court papers, Megan asked for joint legal and physical custody of her and Green's sons. She also asked to terminate the ability for either her or Green to seek spousal support. However, even though Green agreed to the custody request, he still wanted spousal support to be a possibility. With Fox moving on and looking forward to her future with MGK, Brian has had a lot to say about the matter, even claiming that Megan has been an absent mother in her kids' lives. Hopefully these two can put their differences aside for their children's sake. Number 5. Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes. Back in 2012, former power couple Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes announced to the world they were getting divorced after 6 years of marriage. Now, this split was shocking to everyone throughout the world of show business, and it sparked many rumors and speculations as to why the couple split. One of the biggest rumors of the pair's divorce was that Katie wanted to remove herself and their daughter Suri from any involvement with the Church of Scientology. Cruise then later confirms that the reason his ex-wife filed for divorce came down to the controversial religion itself. With Cruise and Holmes divorced, Holmes was awarded sole custody of Suri, and reportedly that included an ironclad ruling that Suri would not be exposed to anything Scientology related. Number 4. Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. Married for only 15 months, the world was shocked when Amber Heard filed for divorce from Johnny Depp in May of 2016. But what shocked the world even more was the claims that led to the divorce. Depp's and Heard's marriage has been swept across the tabloids since 2016, and one of the most recent trials to highlight the whole relationship would be Johnny Depp's defamation trial. While both stars played a huge part in why their relationship didn't work out, following events later to come to light would leave the world shaken with disbelief. Just after Heard filed for divorce, she placed a temporary restraining order on Depp, claiming that the two had gotten into an altercation. When the order expired, the couple was finally able to reach an agreement in August of 2016. Heard announced she would donate her $7 million divorce settlement to charities. Their divorce was then finalized in January of 2017. The two have since been in heated court cases that don't seem to be ending anytime soon. Number 3. Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. After being married for nearly 7 years, Kim Kardashian officially filed divorce from her husband on February 19, 2021. On June 3, 2021, in an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kim opened up about the split from rapper Kanye West. After confronting the situation with her family, her sister Khloe then went on to note that Kim had been struggling privately behind the camera with her relationship. In now seen footage, you could see Kim crying as she says she can't do this anymore and that she has felt like she's been stuck in the relationship for years and can't understand why. The star then goes on to note that Kanye deserves someone that can go support his every move and go follow him all over the place and move to Wyoming. I can't do that and I feel like a failure in my third marriage. It was sad to see Kim felt her relationship was moving in different directions and that she she couldn't really do anything. Since the pair's split, Kanye and her have hit headlines as they continue to disagree over certain aspects revolving around their lives. Number 2. Kris and Caitlyn Jenner. After being married for more than 2 decades, the momager Kris Jenner and 1976 Olympic gold medalist Caitlyn Jenner announced in late 2013 that they have been living apart for a year and they were officially filing for a divorce. At the time, many fans were quick to note that it looked like the pair split ultimately due to the fact that Caitlyn began opening up about her identity and transitioned to Caitlyn Jenner. However, Caitlyn squashed the rumors when she came to say, after 23 years, Kris and I went our separate directions. My identity, it was not a big part of us separating. There were so many other bigger issues out there. She claimed that her transition caused her to be more short-wired with Kris, and that it was that reason that caused their marriage to fail. Since the two's divorce, Kris has been really supportive to Caitlyn, and the pair support each other unconditionally. Number 1. Russell Brand and Katy Perry. Love at First Sight back in September of 2009, it said that Russell Brand and Katy Perry hit it off while rehearsing for the MTV Video Music Awards. They soon started dating, and Russell popped the question on New Year's Eve during a trip to India. In October of 2010, the couple had a traditional Hindu wedding, also in India. Then the couple came to the quick realization they had different priorities in life. Documented in Katy Perry's documentary, Part of Me, the star was on her California Dreams tour, which caused the two to clash. While on tour, Katy received a text message where Russell told the pop star that he was filing for divorce. As Katy's world began to crumble beneath her feet, she was able to hold it together for her fans and complete the tour. Since the divorce, both have moved on, with Brand marrying Laura Gallagher and Perry marrying Orlando Bloom.